Lewis trial, what do you think the chances are of conviction?
It is an open and shut case. Billy Lewis will be convicted for the attempted murder of Kyle Sampson. And you may quote me.
Ross, HP, how are you?
Oh, hello, everybody. Listen, I have good news. I got the jury that I wanted.
Oh, thank heavens.
Now, darling, with Ross defending them, I'm sure Mindy and Billy will come through this unscathed.
Well, it's going to be a hell of a battle, but I think we're equal to it.
Amen.
You can go in and sit down if you want.
See you later.
Mindy! Mindy, darling.
Oh, Kurt.
Come on, Sally.
God, I'm glad to see you.
Oh, Kurt, you're here.
How are you?
Kurt, I'm surprised they allowed you to attend if you're still under protective custody.
Yeah, Ross, I've been subpoenaed as a witness for the prosecution.
What?
Now, they can't make me testify against my own wife, can they?
Oh, absolutely not, but they could ask you a question about Billy, though.
Well, half of Springfield saw him pull the gun at the reception, and why would they single me out for questioning?
Yes, that's what I'd like to know. But do you know of any damaging evidence against Mindy's father, something the prosecution could use in their case? Look, if you do, now is the time to tell me. Last thing I need is a surprise from the witness stand. Yes?
Ross.
What?
The jury's in place. Trial's about to begin.
All right, we gotta go in.
Honey, I told you to go home hours ago.
Doesn't he look innocent lying there?
Beth, Lou Jack needs his rest, and he's getting it. Now, I'd like you to go home and get some, too, okay, sweetie?
Look, his color is better. He seems a lot stronger today, doesn't he? It's a good sign, isn't it?
Honey, Lou Jack's in good hands. Now, please, you go home and get some rest, okay?
Beth, darling. Your mother's right. You should go home and get some rest. You've been through so much lately. You must be exhausted.
No, I'm staying right here. This is the only place I belong. Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine. Really.
I understand. I feel the same way.
When you get well, we're gonna get married. And I'll never leave you. Never.
This court is now in session. Judge Andrew C. Collier presiding. Please be.
Counsel, is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. The People versus Melinda Sue Lewis on the charges of kidnapping and criminal conspiracy.
How does the defendant plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
The State versus Harlan Billy Lewis, Jr. The charges are kidnapping, criminal conspiracy, and attempted murder in the first degree.
Will the defendant please rise? How does the defendant plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor, on all counts.
And now, Guiding Light.
I brought you some coffee.
much.
I didn't know if there's anything else that you wanted.
Oh, thank you, Jessie. How thoughtful. You have a lovely daughter, Callie. You must be very proud of her.
I certainly am, Alexandra. This little girl is the light of my life. Always has been. Even as a baby, she was good as gold.
Brendan was a hellion when he was little.
Was he?
Into everything.
Oh.
I remember once I was giving a party when Brandon was, I guess about 3. He was supposed to be upstairs in bed, fast asleep. And all at once, the record we were playing started dragging. I went to check on it, and there was Brandon with his toy truck on the turntable watching it go around. Absolutely delighted with himself. God. He has to be all right. He just has to be.
Where am I?
You're at Cedars Hospital, Miss Stoddard.
What happened?
You've been drifting in and out for several days now. But it looks like you're here for real now.
Drifting in and out.
I'll get Dr. Bauer. He can explain everything.
Where's Kyle?
Let me get Dr. Bauer.
Where's Kyle?
Calm down, Miss Stoddard, please. It's all right. Everything's
What happened to Kyle? Kyle's dead, isn't he? Kyle's dead.
Calm down, Miss Stoddard.
Kyle.
Is the prosecution ready to make its opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor. Fratricide. One of the most vicious and perverse of all crimes. What makes a man go about killing his own brother? Not in a moment of temper, but in a premeditated, calculated conviction. The state will show just that in the case of Harlan Billy Lewis, who set out to shoot down his own brother in cold blood. We will trace Billy Lewis's intentions through a series of events which culminate in the attempt on his brother's life at the wedding reception. Now, there is no doubt that Billy Lewis took aim at Kyle Sampson that day. We have 100 witnesses we can bring to testify to that fact. But for a fortunate misfire, Kyle Sampson would be dead. Instead, Billy Lewis's co-conspirator, David Preston, was killed. The state will prove that this was not an impulsive act of anger. It was, rather, the end result of a conspiracy begun months ago against Kyle Sampson, a conspiracy that involved an entire criminal organization. But it was spearheaded by Billy Lewis and David Preston. Conspiracy began with the kidnapping of Kyle Sampson. The co-defendant, Melinda Sue Lewis, reaped the benefits of that act. The state will prove that she was in possession of $10 million ransom money, thus proving her involvement with the conspiracy. But Billy Lewis and David Preston were not content to leave things there. They were not willing to say no. They wanted Kyle Sampson's entire fortune. They wanted his empire. Now, they laid very careful plans to reach this end. And on the day of Melinda Sue Lewis's wedding, they believed that their goal was within reach.
Now, I don't dispute the existence of a criminal organization called Infinity. Nor do I dispute that David Preston was a member of that organization and that he plotted against Kyle Sampson's life. What I do dispute is that either Billy Lewis or his daughter, Melinda Sue Lewis, were ever in any way, shape, or form connected with that plot. In fact, we intend to prove that they were victims of that conspiracy just as Kyle Sampson was. We will prove that it was David Preston who profited from Sampson's kidnapping, that it was David Preston who stole the ransom money, hid it in a jukebox where it was later inadvertently discovered by Mindy Lewis. Now, what Melinda Sue Lewis is guilty of is misguided altruism. Recently impoverished by Kyle Sampson's rather vicious takeover of her family's company, Mindy spent some of that money to pay off her father's debts. She used some of it to give her fiancé a beautiful wedding. And she used some of it to help her friends. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this was certainly a mistake, yes. But was it criminal conspiracy? Absolutely not. Now, as for Billy Lewis, yes, he did point a gun at Kyle Sampson on the day of his daughter's wedding. But what he intended to do with it, no one will ever know. Billy Lewis himself doesn't know, for he suffered a blackout that day. One in a series of blackouts that had plagued him for weeks. Blackouts caused by stress. Enormous stress caused by a conflict with his brother, Kyle Sampson. A conflict, it is important to note, that Billy Lewis was attempting to resolve. The defense will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that it was this stress beyond human endurance that led to the events at Mindy Lewis's wedding. We will prove that Billy Lewis was not responsible for the violence that occurred at the wedding reception. And that Billy Lewis, when he held that gun that day, was not cognizant of his actions. The defense will prove that Billy Lewis was temporarily insane.
Order.
Doing a fine job, Ross. Your opening statement was a masterpiece.
Yeah, Mr. Lewis is right. Anybody with any sense has got to see that Billy and Mindy are not guilty.
Hold on now, this is just the beginning. It's going to be very interesting to see who Neville Scott calls as his first witness.
Ross,
yes, Henry.
Vanessa's in with Billy, and she'd greatly appreciate having a word with you.
Yes, of course. Excuse me.
HB, come here. Promise me. You gotta swear to me that you won't mention what you saw at the charity ball. You can't tell them that you saw Daddy holding a gun on Kyle.
Listen, Mindy, I am under oath. If the DA asks me, I've got to tell...
They won't. How can they? They don't even know. Nobody knows, not even Ross.
Mindy, I don't know about that. I don't know why...
Please, you've just got to promise. Swear to me that you won't say anything.
Darling.
If you love me, please.
Sally, take it easy.
I can't take it easy. I'm scared out of my mind. I can't testify against my own son, HB.
Nobody's gonna know you're Billy's mother, and it's gotta stay that way.
Then what am I going to say on that witness stand?
Tell the truth, woman. You're gonna be swearing on a holy Bible.
Damn it, HB, I can't tell the truth if they ask me if Billy ever held a gun on Kyle before. That'd be pronouncing Billy guilty.
Sally.
What if they bring up that night at Warren's office, at the charity ball?
We better just pray they don't.
You love all this pampering and attention, don't you?
I'm used to it. I've got what you call star quality, remember?
Oh, yeah? Well, so do I. When I get you home, I'm gonna make you wait on me hand and foot.
It's a deal. So what's the score, Doc? You sending me home or what?
He's better, isn't he?
It's tough to keep a good man down.
It's like a good man. It's hard to find.
That's right. You remember that.
I will.
Jessie, why don't you go and run and get us some more coffee, okay, honey?
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
I've got to tell you, I don't like what I see.
What? What are you talking about?
We've been giving him blood, and his pressure is still dropping.
Oh, why is that happening, Doctor? What's wrong?
I'm afraid there's more internal bleeding. I'm going to have to go back in, find out where.
Another operation?
You really think Brandon can withstand more surgery?
We don't have any choice, Alexandra. If there's bleeding, it has to be stopped.
Lillian, why don't you go clear an OR for me? We'll take Lou Jack up as soon as we can get a room.
Alexandra, are you all right?
Oh, dear God. Please. Save my son.
The court will now come to order.
The prosecution will call its first witness.
The prosecution calls H.B. Lewis to the stand.
Raise your right hand, please. Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I will.
What is your full name and address, sir?
I am Harlan Billy Lewis, Sr. I live at 58 Grandview Terrace, Springfield.
And what is your relation to the accused party?
I am the accused father, Billy Lewis, and Melinda Sue is my grandbaby.
Would you please tell the court what is your relation to Kyle Sampson?
Kyle Sampson is also my son.
We'll continue with part 2 of Guiding Light in a moment.
Kyle, where's Kyle? He's dead?
That's all right. No. Maeve, now listen to me. Kyle is all right.
Miss
He's
Dollar,
all right.
he came to visit you just the other day. He's fine.
Oh, God. Please let that be true.
It's true. It's true. I can assure you of that. Maeve, you saved his life at the wedding reception. You're a remarkable lady.
But David Preston, he won't give up. Kyle's in danger.
David Preston is dead.
He's dead?
He was killed at the reception. Billy Lewis was arrested. That's where Kyle is now. The trial started today.
Kyle Sampson, then, is your biological son, but he was not raised as part of the family. Is that correct?
That's right. I did not know Kyle was my son until just recently.
And how did you make that discovery?
Sally Gleason, Kyle's mother, told me.
And what was your reaction?
Well, it is quite a shock to all of us, as you can well imagine. I mean, we'd just been through the ringer with Kyle. He'd stolen Lewis oil right out from under our noses.
And Billy, what was Billy's reaction to this revelation? Mr. Lewis, we're waiting.
Well, I'm thinking. Billy's reaction was not especially good. All right, he was pretty damn mad. You see, Billy felt like Kyle had shanghaied him out of Lewis oil by dirty tactics, and the truth is...
Can you tell the court specific instances when you heard Billy threaten Kyle Sampson?
I can't imagine you'd hang a whole lot of emphasis on things a man says when he's crossed in the presence of his own family.
According to my notes, Mr. Lewis, you were present on several occasions when threats were issued by your son. Isn't it true that you heard Billy verbally swear on countless occasions that Kyle Sampson would pay for what he did, that he, Billy, would get even with Kyle Sampson?
Objection. Counsel is leading his own witness.
Your Honor, in view of the relation of the witness to the defendant, I think it is only fair that this witness be considered hostile to the prosecution and that I should be allowed greater latitude in his questioning.
Objection overruled. Mr. Scott may proceed with his line of questioning.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Lewis, did you or did you not hear Billy threaten Kyle Sampson?
Yes, I heard Billy threaten Kyle Sampson, but I also heard Kyle threaten Billy.
Is it not true that at the Spalding Charity Ball, you heard Billy threaten Kyle Sampson with his life?
Not in my presence.
Exhibit A. Would you examine it, please? It's the gun that shot David Preston. The gun that was aimed at Kyle Sampson. Would you please identify the owner for the court?
It's Billy's.
And you saw this same gun in your son's hands aimed at Kyle Sampson at your granddaughter's wedding reception, didn't you?
I saw a gun. I can't be sure what Billy meant to do with it.
What would you assume that he meant to do with it if he cocked the trigger and pointed it at his own brother?
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel is badgering the witness into a conclusion he doesn't feel capable of making.
Objection sustained. Counsel, please restrict your questions to fact, not supposition.
Well, then allow me to rephrase the question, Your Honor. Why, Mr. Lewis, did you call out Kyle's name when Billy drew that gun, if not to warn him of impending danger?
It was a reflex. I was upset. I didn't know what I was saying.
You admit it. You knew that Billy was about to shoot Kyle Sampson. You knew in that instant that he wanted his brother dead.
Objection, Your Honor.
I can't wait till we're married.
Yeah, I think we waited long enough, don't you? Almost too long.
Don't say that. I don't know what I'd do without you.
You ain't ever gonna have to find out, babe. I ain't never leaving you again.
Promise?
I swear it. No matter what we've been through, no matter how much it cost us, it was all worth it.
Oh, come on. A lot of it was fun.
Oh, yeah. Prison was a riot.
I wouldn't change a minute of it, though. Everything we've been through has led us to where we are right now. And right this minute, I know there's no stopping us. We're together now. And that's the way it's gonna stay.
I love you, Beth.
I love you, Jack.
No matter what happens, nobody can ever take that away from us. You remember that, sweetheart? We had it. We had the real thing. Beth?
Lou Jack?
No! 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 Lou Jack! Lou Jack, come on, no! 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 No, please. Lou Jack, come on. Come on. Wait. Oh, baby, no. 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 Come on, Lou Jack. No!
Would the defense like to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Mr. Lewis, are you familiar with your son's gun collection?
I sure am. I contributed quite a few rifles to it. He's been at my house for some time now.
At your house? Why is that?
Well, Vanessa brought it over. Billy ordered her to. He wasn't feeling himself, and he thought it a good idea.
Objection, Your Honor. The defendant's health is not relevant.
The defendant's mental health is crucial to his defense. And if his father can shed some light on his state of mind...
Objection overruled.
Thank you. Now then, Mr. Lewis, can you give us some concrete examples of Billy's state of mind at the time that the guns were being removed from his house?
Well, Billy was behaving downright peculiar. The night of the art auction, he had one of them spells you've been talking about. It was like he wasn't clear where he was. It scared the daylights out of Vanessa, his wife.
Objection. The witness is drawing conclusions about another party's state of mind.
Sir, I am telling you what she told me.
Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from supposition, please.
I am sorry, Your Honor. All right, then. I was afraid. We were all afraid that Billy was heading for some kind of breakdown.
Was Billy aware that he might be in trouble mentally?
Yes, he was, which is why he wanted the guns out of the house. He didn't want to take a chance on hurting anybody.
Objection.
Sustained. Mr. Lewis, was this one of the guns that Billy had Vanessa remove over to your house?
Nope. I've got all those weapons under lock and key.
Mr. Lewis, do you consider your son Billy to be a smart man?
Smart as a whip.
Then don't you find it rather strange that an intelligent man contemplating murder would remove all the guns from his house except the one that he intended to use as the murder weapon?
I'd say that was pretty stupid. It'd be like warning your family of your intentions.
Objection, Your Honor.
Would Billy indeed have done that if he wanted to kill Kyle Sampson?
No, definitely not. Billy's too smart a man to make a damn fool move like that.
Objection.
Sustained.
And you say it was apparent that Billy and Kyle Sampson were trying for a reconciliation at this point?
That's right. When Billy was feeling like himself, he and Kyle got along good. Billy was doing great with his job at Wycomco, which he had thanks to Kyle. Billy even asked Kyle to sit with the family during Mindy's wedding.
So in your opinion, the two men were starting to acknowledge one another as brothers?
I was real encouraged. I began to think my family was finally getting patched up.
Is Billy a good shot?
He's the best. I taught him myself.
How far from Kyle was Billy standing when he pointed the gun?
Well, I reckon about 10 feet.
Is Billy good from that distance?
He could knock the ash off your cigar.
So in other words, if Billy had wanted to kill Kyle Sampson would be dead right now, correct?
That's correct.
Objection.
And yet Kyle Sampson is very much alive.
Objection sustained. Will counsel please refrain from hypothetical questioning?
Of course, Your Honor. No further questions.
You may step down, Mr. Lewis.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Scott, may call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution wishes to hear from Kurt Corday.
We had no idea it could be this fast. I'm so sorry.
You did everything you could. I understand. Honey, it's time to go.
No.
Please, it's time.
Beth. Darling, why don't you come with me?
No. I won't leave him. We're together now.
I know it hurts to leave, Beth, but you've got to.
I won't. I won't leave. I won't let you take him away from me again. We're together now. We're together.
Wasn't it clear to you that when Billy Lewis took aim at the wedding reception, he intended to shoot Kyle Sampson?
Well, that's kind of hard to say. I mean, he didn't shoot Kyle, did he?
Mr. Corday, you attended the charity ball at the Blue Orchid last June, didn't you?
That's right. I was Mindy's date.
Mm-hmm. And did you at any time leave the dance floor?
Sure I did.
Why?
Which time?
Were you not witness to verbal threats to Kyle Sampson by Billy Lewis that night?
Well, sure it was, but so was everyone else.
Isn't it true that, alarmed by Billy's vicious words, you went out to find him? That you were concerned about what Billy might do if he found him?
Objection. Counsel is leading the witness.
Objection overruled. Witness will answer the question.
Well, I was a little tense, but mainly because Billy was not feeling well.
Did you then end up outside Warren Andrews' office that night?
Yes.
And did you open the door to see what was going on? Did you overhear a conversation?
Yes.
And would you please tell the court who and what you saw and what you heard?
Answer the question, Mr. Corday.
I saw Billy Lewis with Miss Sally Gleason.
And what were Miss Gleason and Billy Lewis doing?
I
repeat, Mr. Corday, what were Billy Lewis and Miss Gleason doing in Warren Andrews' office that night? Is it not true that what you saw was Billy Lewis pointing a gun at Kyle Sampson through the office window?
Yes.
And is it not also true that only when Miss Gleason begged for Kyle Sampson's life that Billy Lewis put down the gun?
Yes.
I couldn't hear you, Mr. Corday. What did you say?
I said yes.
And is it not also true that the attempt on the life of Kyle Sampson made at the wedding reception was not the first attempt made by his brother? There was another attempt, and it was made at the charity ball, and the entire episode was witnessed by you, Mr. Corday.
Yes. That is true.
And where was the gun that Billy held pointed?
At the dance floor.
At Kyle Sampson.
According to Miss Gleason, yes.
And you heard Miss Gleason beg Billy Lewis to spare Kyle Sampson's life.
That's right, and that's just what he did. That's when he put the gun down.
And how did Miss Gleason persuade Billy to put the gun down?
By talking to him about HB and about his mother, Miss Martha. And that's when Billy put the gun away, and that's when I left.
Mr. Corday, have you ever witnessed any of these so-called blackouts of Mr. Lewis's?
Well, the night of the art auction, I thought I saw...
No. I am not interested in any blackouts prior to the charity ball. Have you ever actually seen Mr. Lewis black out before he took up his gun against his brother the night of the charity ball?
No, I have not.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Marlowe, your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Corday, the fact is that Billy Lewis didn't shoot Kyle Sampson the night of the charity ball, did he?
No, he didn't.
And do you suppose that was due solely to the persuasions of Sally Gleason?
No, I don't think so. Deep down, I don't think Mr. Lewis wanted to kill Mr. Sampson. He didn't want to hurt him at all.
Objection. The witness can't draw conclusions about a defendant's emotions.
Mr. Corday, why didn't you burst into the room and try and take that gun away from Billy Lewis?
Because I didn't think that I had to. And I was right. Billy put down that gun of his own free will. He made the choice not to shoot.
Thank you very much. Your Honor, no further questions.
You may step down, Mr. Corday.
Mr. Lewis, I'm sorry.
It's okay, sir. They didn't give you much choice.
Mindy, I'm so sorry.
Your Honor, I would like to call...
Excuse me, Mr. Scott. The court will hear your next witness after a short recess for lunch. Court dismissed.
And blood pressure is stabilized. Good.
Please. I have to talk to Kyle.
Maeve.
Could you get a message to him in the courtroom?
I don't think you need any visitors. No excitement. What you need to do is to conserve your energy.
You'll have to make an exception for Kyle. There's something I have to talk to him about.
Maeve, I want you to listen to me. I don't want to give you a sedative because that's not good for the baby. So you're going to have to try to calm down, try to relax. No buts about it. No buts about it. Your baby is fine now. But you have to remember that your baby went through one heck of a trauma. So you're going to have to try to take it easy. For the baby's sake.
I need to talk to Kyle before anything else happens.
Maeve, no excitement. No visitors, all right? Not until you and the baby are strong enough. You're gonna have to conserve your energy and help your baby and yourself get through this.
You should go home now, Alexandra.
I don't want to leave. It feels like I'm deserting Brandon.
Come on now, Alexandra. Let me drive you home. I can stay with you tonight if you'd like. Jack will be coming back soon. I want to be here when he comes.
Beth, they're not bringing him back.
I should get the room ready for him. Oh, when he comes back. Ooh. Let's put these flowers over here where he can see them.
But he's not coming back. Jack's gone.
Don't ever say that again.
But he died. Jack died.
Go now, Jesse. He's coming back. He'll be back here any minute. Just any minute. He wouldn't leave me. He promised. But Jack wouldn't leave me. You promised. You promised.
Sally, here, now you drink this.
Thank you. Ross, they're going to ask me to testify next, aren't they?
Yes, I'm sure of it.
I can't do it, Ross. I won't.
Look, Sally, all you can do is tell the truth. And remember, you'll get a chance to tell your side of the story during cross-examination.
I can't do it, I tell you. I can't do it.
HB, look, I'm sorry. I know this is really a tough time for you and your family, but I am covering this trial as a reporter. Would you mind giving me a statement to the Springfield Journal?
Billy? Oh, my darling Billy. What are they going to make me do to you? Billy.
Kyle, something's going on with Miss Sally.
I don't want to talk about Sally. She's been siding with the Lewises ever since this thing began. She could have told me last June that Billy had tried to kill me, but no, she decided not to.
She's got a lot more to tell than she's let me on to. I will take care of myself. I won't let anything happen to our baby, Kyle.
The prosecution would like to call our next witness, Miss Sally Gleason.
This has been Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salon, South Southwest, and Barney's. Jewelry by Stephen Dweck. Be sure to be with us tomorrow for another full hour of Guiding Light.